And good evening, everyone. Good evening. It is Monday, January 13, 2019. I'm Dave. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We're live. Yes, we're live. And if you're watching on replay, you need to get over here to the live show because that's where it's at. That's where it's happening. That's where things are. Well, that's where things are happening. So how are you? Good evening. Hope you had a great weekend. My weekend started a little early. Well, not... How do you say it? No, it started on time. It just got, things happened. We had a storm down here, windstorm. It was awesome. It was fantastic. And, you know what windstorms do. They do a little damage every once in a while. And let's just say I had some shingles I had to replace. And kudos to my father-in-law on that one. Thank you for your help on that one. So that being said, we're off and running. That's why we didn't have a show on Friday. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, so let's move on, moving forward. Now it's Monday, and it's a whole new week, and a lot of stuff happened this weekend. We had the NFL playoffs are well underway, and, my team didn't make it, but that's okay. That's all right. Another team made it, and that's all right, too. So now it's down to the Final Four. The Final Four, there you go, but for the NFL. And we'll talk about that later on in the week. But anyway, it's sports and leadership, so that's why I bring it up, because that's what we do on Mondays, is sports and leadership. And so today, what we're talking about today for Monday, January 13, 2019, in sports and leadership, what we're talking about is the Houston Astros, the latest news out of Houston. Yeah, the Houston Texans didn't make it, so that was going to take the news of, how they just lost it there at the end. But today, Major League Baseball released its report and on the investigation of sign stealing by the Houston Astros. And they suspended the general manager and the field manager. AJ Hinch and general manager Luno after, and then they were suspended for the entire season. They couldn't do anything with the team. They couldn't travel with the team. They couldn't represent the team. They couldn't even go to any ballparks anywhere in the nation. Not just to Houston, but anywhere in the nation. And then on top of that, and if they were found in violation of that, then they could be possibly banned forever from baseball. Kind of a Pete Rose situation there. So what happened is the Houston Astros owner, Jim Crane, he went ahead and just fired them. He dismissed them. Said, that's it, we're done. And what was all of this? Well, so all based on sign stealing. Stealing signs. They were using cameras. They were using the instant replay booth, the instant video replay camera, and they were stealing signs. They were trying to figure out what signs the catcher was throwing to the pitcher, and then what pitch came out of it. And once they figured that out, they'd send somebody down to the dugout and let the manager know, or let somebody there know, hey, here's what's going on. Whenever they do this, that's the pitch that's coming. So they got relayed to any runner that was on base. So that's how they were stealing that's how they were stealing signs. They got more elaborate than they actually went as far as texting people. They were getting people messages sent on the watches, the Apple Watch or whatever they had, or the Google Watch or whatever. So they were getting those messages. Then they went even further. They went ahead and installed a monitor there near the dugout. It wasn't in the dugout, but it was near the dugout. So they kept moving forward with this. They kept moving forward this, and again, it was the managers. They were involved. There was a kind of a field person that was involved, and then obviously some of the players, the ones that were getting the signals, they were involved. But the players didn't get in trouble. Only the managers got in trouble because, again, they're the lead. They're the ones doing it. They're the ones setting the example. And while that's fine, the CEO did not get in trouble because Major League Baseball determined that the CEO of the Houston Astros had nothing to do with it, was not aware of what was going on. And at one point, it came out that he even said, let's not even let it get to that point that we would have to be thinking about stealing signs. But again, where I come from, who knew, who didn't know, it doesn't matter. The organization knows, and it starts at the top down. So that's where I come from. If something bad is happening in the middle, well, guess who's condoning it? Tacitly or, passively or actively condoning it? It's happening. So as a leader, as leadership in the leadership organization of the Houston Astros, or in any organization that's caught things doing something unethical, such as sign stealing, and yes, you would think, well, wouldn't they be stealing? Yes, a human being can kind of figure it out and stand there. It's like, whenever this guy points this way, I figured it out. Whenever this guy, that's fine, but it's clearly written in the rules. No electronic devices will be used to gain an unfair advantage in any. So there you go. It just states that in the rules, in Major League Baseball rules. That being said, why is it going on? And the Houston Astros, the Boston Red Sox were also accused of this, and that's going to be a different setting, different fallout. But the thing is these guys were caught. So who else is doing it? Okay, in an organization that's doing it, I understand, the leader, he came out on top, he jumped on it and said, okay, I'm going to fire these guys, and that's it. But who else needs to go? What else needs to be done? What does the leader need to do? What does the CEO need to do? Because obviously he's taking a standoff approach to this. Well, I didn't know anything. I'm going to fire these guys. And again, that's not good leadership. You take some blame. You got to take some blame because you hired them. You brought them in. You trained them. You expected this of them. You expected them to win. And at what cost? Now there's talk about, stripping the title or putting an asterisk next to their title, the World Series championship that the Houston Astros had recently. And, what does it say about the Dodgers who were not caught stealing or stealing signs? Folks, it is just a big, big mess. But again, you have to look at it from the top down. The middle management, they're going to do what needs to get done. They've got to set the example for those below them. But then again, so does the CEO needs to set the example for those in the middle management, because it's an organization as a whole. It's not just a collective group of individuals that are put together. No, it's an entire team. And so that entire team has to work together. And they win together, they lose together. In this case, they got caught together. So folks, at the end of the day, it should be bigger than what it is. The CEO should definitely have stepped up and said, hey, look, you're right. There's a little bit more that's going on. But when they don't step up and they're just quick to just wash everything away, what else is going back? Peel back another layer? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I do know that this shouldn't change anything. People are going to try to circumvent. People are always going to try to get that advantage. People are always going to try. And that's just human nature. But again, maybe just doing your homework. That's how you get that advantage, and not necessarily an unfair advantage. Something to think about. Well, listen, I'm Dave. It's Monday. I'm fed up with it. Not with Monday. No, Monday was a good day. But I'm just fed up with this nonsense of, it's got to come to an end. And the ethics and the washing of the hands, I didn't like how he handled it. But then again, I'm not the CEO of the Houston Astros. He did what he thought he was doing right, and that's fine. But again, there's more to this, and it's going to fall out, and stuff's going to happen. So between now and then, we got a lot to do. Don't forget to work. Don't forget to do your stuff. And until tomorrow, have a great evening. I will talk to you then. Take care.